Missouri gave Georgia a run for its money, and the Bulldogs held on to win 30-21. But actually, the play that everyone is talking about is an interception by 6'3", 320-pound defensive lineman Nazir Stackhouse. It's the first one ever for him in his career, not just his Georgia career, but since he started playing football at age 6. And when he spoke to media after the game, you could tell he could still hardly believe it.
I'm just glad that he didn't throw the ball at full speed because it probably just would have bounced off my chest. But because it was more of a flop ball, it was easier to catch, and I just embraced it and just trying to get as much yards as I can. Brock told me the same thing. He was like, "Nah," I was like, "What are you doing, man? We got to pick up your knees." I said, "I was like, hey, we run sprints after practice, every practice, and that's one thing that I don't work on. You gotta give me some type of credit on it. Give me some leeway because I caught the ball standing high, you know what I mean? I'm a defensive lineman. We have our hand in the ground most of the time, so we're coming off the ball, we're low, and it's easier to pick up my knees. But when I was running high, my chest started to stick out, my stomach started to stick out. It's hard to pick up your knees when you got all that meat right there in the area. It's hard to do that, especially when you got really big calf muscles. So.
The impressive 44-yard return was wiped out by an illegal blindside block, and Kirby Smart joked that Stackhouse might not have been going as fast as he thought he was. But in all seriousness, that was one of 2 picks in the fourth quarter. Another by Javon Bullard with 1:36 to play made a major difference in this win for Georgia.
No chance. No chance. The only thing he had 18 miles an hour on is his bike or a car. Huge, biggest play in the game. It was slow motion. We told him after the game we had to get the piano off his back because he said he took out and he just knew he was going to score, and he didn't realize how far he had to run, and he was out of breath about halfway.
Turnovers make a big difference in the game, and then it just creates havoc in the game. When you create havoc in the game, you create momentum for your defense, and when you have momentum on defense, it's harder for offenses to even pick up.